Of course, ultimate goal is to find out the values of d1 and d2. By finding out d1 and d2, we can get the values of the moment existing at every joint. So suppose if I consider that a student is not able to write this stiffness matrix, suppose if in the exam the this equation, if he or she has forgotten these equations, then also he or she can solve the example. Now how to solve the example without consideration of any stiffness matrix or without consider of this equation? For this, just consider, suppose if I want to write this equation, if I want to get this equation, to get this equation, so this equation I have drawn from considering joint B. So consider just consider this blue box I have drawn. This is the blue box I have drawn. So consider these three diagrams, that is restraint structure diagram, application of D1 diagram, application of D2 diagram. So just take addition of the moment at joint B acting on the joint B. So here there are two moments acting at joint B, so take addition of this. Here two moments are acting at joint B, take addition of it. Here this moment is acting at joint B, take addition of this. So just taking addition of this means you will get that equation. So simple. Suppose just take addition of this 106 plus 3.33, you are getting here 110. You are getting 110. Next plus moment acting at this joint B. Moment acting at joint B is both are going clockwise, that's why taken addition directly. It comes out to be 1.8. This total diagram is multiplied by D1. So 1.8 multiplied by D1. Here we are getting this 1.8 EI into D1. Next, at joint C, this is the at joint B, this is the moment. So this moment multiplied by D2. So this is the moment multiplied by D2. So we are getting this equation. Now come to the joint C. To get this equation, to get this final equation, again consider only joint C. So writing down this equation means just we are going to consider joint C. Whatever moment is existing at joint C, write that thing, means we are able to get this equation. So at this position there is a 8.88 moment is there. So this is 8.88. Next, at this moment is 0.4 EI multiplied by D1. So here we get the same moment 0.4 EI into D1. Next, at this end, C end, we are getting moment as at C end we are getting moment of value 0.8 EI multiplied by D2. 0.8 EI multiplied by D2. Now the important thing is equals to. Here I have take AD2 as plus 5. Remember, for joint B I have taken it is 0 because at joint B is a continuous joint, that's why ultimate value must be equal to 0 because BA plus BC must be equal to 0. So here AD2 are written here plus 5. This part is important. So here at joint C, CD is overhang portion. Because this provision of overhang, it is forming a clockwise moment, that's why I written plus. So AD2 or AD1 is nothing but the applied moment. So here applied moment is plus 5. This part is important. Here you have to take plus 5. After getting the values of D1 and D2, we'll go for finding out the moment at the joints. So now to get the moment at the joints, again we'll come to the main diagrams. Now if I want to find moment at AB, MAB, if I want to find out, so I will consider MAB. So this is AB moment, so it is going anti-clockwise, that's why I'll take this a minus. So minus 106.67, this is going plus this moment multiplied by d1. At this end there is no moment. This is the calculation. That is, first of all I have taken minus. This is the calculation. We have got the MAB. Same way we have got MBA. To get MBA, again consider these three diagrams. So this is BA, this is going clockwise, so plus 106.67. This is plus EI, 4 will get cancelled, just EI multiplied by D1. Just you have to consider BA means you have to consider left side of this line. Just you have to consider left side of this line, that is the moment BA. On right side there is a moment BC. So here BA moment is 0. I have given a calculation for finding a moment MBC and MCB, but it is not required, because as MBA is known to us, we can find BC, same value but opposite in direction. Same, if we know MCD, that's why we can find directly MCB. So we are not required to write MBC and MCB, but for the practice I have shown here MBC and MCB also. After this we will go for drawing a Bending diagram. Just simple, draw this curve like this and show arrows. Here we are getting anti-clockwise movement, MAB we are getting anti-clockwise, that's why I have shown arrow like this. So just put the arrows. Next, observe arrows, all the arrows below baseline, that's why hogging Bending. Now next, draw free BMD and overlap on it a support BMD.